Hello, welcome to another edition of our YouTube experiment. I'm gonna get the hat.
There's always cards in there. It's like a miracle. No, it's magic, sorry. He hates it when I call it a miracle.
Miraculous talking hat. Different show.
Different show.
This comes to us from Hardhat number 2, Bloodsparrow.
Bloodsparrow.
You didn't remember she was Hardhat number 2, did you? I could tell.
No, I was going to say, and then I thought, wait a minute. Maybe he's going to say somebody else.
She's number 2.
Because you're the one who judges these things, not me.
I am the one who judges all things.
So...
That sounded like I was talking to somebody through their dental work, trying to convince them I was God. Dear Hat Dudes, when you play a game like Skyrim or Fallout, how do you choose your character name? Bloodsparrow.
How do you choose your character name?
How do you choose your character name?
I have a handle that I use on all my online, everywhere I go, I use a very particular handle. That's just the name I use.
You use that for offline as well?
Yeah, everything.
Oh, wow.
I don't really come up with anything new.
Online, I have a handle or handles that I tend to use. And if it's one of those where your character's not named that, but that's just like the file or whatever, I'll use my online handle. But in terms of like the character I have in Skyrim right now, I was trying to do something that sounds cool but sort of fitting.
For the culture or whatever, or the race, I suppose, like in Skyrim.
Usually just something that sounds sort of fantasy-ish.
Okay.
And I tend to prefer not to have stolen one from a character in a book or whatever. I'm not above that. I will sometimes. My last two that I can think of, my Skyrim one is a human named Fayne, F-A-Y-N-E. And then for Dragon Age 2, also a human woman was named Theron, T-H-E-R-Y-N. Apparently I'm on a Y.
Well, a lot of fantasy games themselves like to do that. Yeah.
It's only that's the thing. If there's a social, if it's a co-op game or whatever, sometimes I'll get weird or different about it. And if it's an online thing, I have certain things. But if it's one of those, I'm just like, this is the story. I think for Mass Effect, my shepherd was named Lena or something. I don't know.
So, what if you're playing an elf or something? Do you try to think of something that sounds
elfish?
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't come up a lot unless usually you're playing something extreme, like a lizard person or like a cat person or whatever. Then they frequently have a bunch of O's or a bunch of apostrophes, and I'll work with that. The producer sometimes she was playing something that had a bunch of apostrophes or whatever, and a nickname she does online a lot is Yarnhead, and so she did a variant that had apostrophes in places and stuff.
Okay, but what about Fallout? Because that's kind of that's not a fantasy game. I mean,
well, then you do more serious, straightforward names.
Right,
Jane, stuff like that. I don't remember.
Really, you don't try to think of something that's I don't know.
I think maybe I did Devon. Was maybe my last one.
Okay,
I don't know. It doesn't come up a lot.
It's a post-apocalyptic. I mean, it could be like Mad Dog or Crazy Cat or something. I mean, something that sounds like a nickname people gave you out on
up chicken.
Nicknames people gave you out in the wastes or something.
Yes, but you always start those games when you're not out in the waste, you've just gotten out in the wastes.
Yeah, because maybe you've been living in.
I don't know. I don't like the crazy names. I also don't like the haircuts with the mohawk. It's just a thing.
Yeah, because that's probably even a racist name to call it. The haircut that goes straight down.
Yeah, but what else do you call it?
I don't know. I think there was one guy online, I think YouTube somewhere or whatever, and he was talking about, he called him Mr. T-Cuts or something. And
Mr. T-Cut is very different.
I got the impression that he was doing that because he didn't want to offend people who might think it was...
Yeah, but Mr. T-Cut is...
that, yeah. But, yeah, and I suppose you start out in the vault usually and stuff, But like with
or in the grave.
with New Vegas, you were
Courier 6.
right. So you could have called yourself anything you wanted.
I think I might have actually just called myself Courier 6. I think I literally might have put that name in.
For good, that's all you were?
Well, they never called you by your name, even in writing. At least in Skyrim, occasionally I get like a message that has my name on it. Yeah, I want to be mysterious, especially because I was mysterious. In that game, it's a big thing to like find out your past, and part of the DLC is actually sort of learning where you came from, because you kind of lost your memory when you start that game.
Right.
So in my thinking, I didn't remember my name.
True. Okay. Are you going to say cut? Because that's what you seem to say at the end.